Hello, I can hear you now. You can hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm now in record. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Great. Well, let's start from the start, Alex. Why have you contacted me? What's the basic issue here?
Um. To be honest, I thought you contacted me. To be honest.
Right. Well, that's great. Let's look at through the conversation. Okay. Thanks. For give me a message before. Right.
I
See,
I just got a message off you. If I've messaged you, I can't see it on mine.
we must have had a previous conversation about something. What was it?
I haven't got a clue, Miles. I honestly haven't got a clue.
Well, that's
I mean,
brilliant. I haven't a clue, and you
I,
haven't a clue.
I'm
I,
in contact with Duncan, so I don't know if it's through
oh,
Duncan.
right, Duncan.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
So what was that
I,
about? Because Duncan,
I'm
there
no,
must
I'm not asking.
we're
I'm,
missing. I mean, how long ago did this go back? Because I've been doing so much stuff. I haven't a clue what I did like two days ago, if not an hour ago.
I've been in contact with Duncan for a while, so like I said, I just got a message off you out of the blue, so I don't know. That's the top message.
Yeah, that's the top message. But what on earth was the reason why you must have done sent a friend request or something?
Yeah, I might have sent you a friend request. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is brilliant. We haven't a bloody clue. But well,
right,
why
right,
why
right,
did
right, right, Miles. I've been looking forward to speaking to you all day. So why don't
yes.
we just talk about a bit about my life
Yeah,
or
okay.
something like that?
And why do you know
Uh,
Duncan? Because there must be a reason that you know Duncan.
right. So, um, I've been watching your stuff for years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and that's how I got in contact with Duncan after watching him on your show. So I've had him on my Facebook, and he's been giving me information and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really message him, but he comments on my posts and stuff like that. So I mean, I watched all your stuff for years. Max Fires especially.
Yeah.
I've got a I don't know how I feel with Max with what he says. I've watched him over and over again. You know what I mean?
I mean, you must. Did you
Uh,
talk about James?
who Casbolt?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know about him, but I don't really have a connection with James. But I feel like I do with Max.
Well, why don't you talk about Max? Why don't you talk about, or do you want to talk about Max?
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things that Max said relates to my life. Really, I mean, he says like these these entities are using people against us, and I feel like when he said that, it made sense to a lot of what's happened in my own life. Do you know what I mean?
Well, maybe that's what
It's like,
we're somehow guided here to talk about that. So why don't we talk about what you're talking about on that? But this could be a much wider, deeper discussion on that.
right, well, I might just start off with, with, with my life, really, yeah, and
Yeah.
just explain. So since being a kid, I've always had a feeling that this place is just not right. Do you know what I mean?
What
I
place?
hated school. Yeah, like just the way you getting told what to do, and do you know what I mean? And you have to go to school and all that. It just felt wrong. Um, so I hated school really, and then I actually got bullied from third year onwards. So um,
So what?
when Ma-
You continue. You just keep talking. Yeah.
yeah, when Max talks about like people being used against you, I could never understand why then people did that to me, because I would never do that to anyone else. You know what I mean? Um, so I kind of like I had to work out why people did the things they did, like like just to survive, because I couldn't fight them. I wasn't a fighter. Um,
Well,
but
who are
then
these people?
what? These are just bullies at school. Bullies at school, like from third year onwards, it was just like the girls and boys, mentally and physically, but basically. Um, so yeah, but after school, I went through a bit of a bad period. I started drinking bad, and then to deal with all the stress, and then, but after that, I got over it and everything, and then I ended up going out a lot, raving, socializing, and everything. I've got a lot of friends, and then I started looking into, like I said, I always knew things were wrong about like the government and all that, so I started looking into that, and then I had a mate who was sharing the same stuff, and he was deeper into it than me, and he put me in contact with certain people that blew my mind. One of them was from a satanic family, and the information that they gave me at that time, I didn't understand it. It was like I was just getting into it. It was like, whoa. Anyway, it ended up she had to stop contact with me because a family were messing around with her because she was giving me information. But some of the stuff she told me back in there, like, have you ever heard about the Unabomber?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he realised that they were bringing this technology into our homes and what it were going to do. So that's when he started bombing his colleagues. He went and lived in forest or whatever, didn't he? He was part of that team. The Unbomber or Unibomber, he was part of a team that was sent away. And this is a mad thing. They were given LSD and they were told to learn how to make computers to bring into our homes, right? And what he realised, I didn't understand at the time. I watched a 3 hour documentary in subtitles, and I still didn't understand it. But he realised that this technology that they were making was going to change humanity. It was going to come into our homes, and it was also going to be able to map our reality out, right? So if it can map our reality out, it can change it. That's so. What he did is, like I said, he basically went and lived in the forest, and he started bombing his colleagues who were bringing this technology into our lives, basically. And she told me that a long time ago. I
So
didn't understand it at the
I
time.
mean, who told you? And keep explaining, keep talking. Just tell me your story. I mean, this is all
Yeah. So
important
any,
with what's happening now.
yeah. So she gave me a lot of information at that time, like not just that other information, but that was the main thing that I didn't understand about the technology. Basically, this technology has ruined us, and this Unibomber, he knew about this technology that what it was going to do to us, and that's what it's done. She said, she said that it might have mapped our reality out and changed it. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, Miles, or
It
what.
makes a
You
lot
know what
of
I mean?
sense. I mean, just keep talking. As this proceeds.
Right. So I'll just carry on with my life anyway. After that, um, I, the difference for me about finding the truth, a lot of people are a bit shy about it and all that, but I already had a lot of friends and I weren't shy. So I watched a video that triggered me. I think it was about the pyramids. My mate sent to me, and in that instant, Miles, my life changed. I knew what I needed to do. So I basically, it also fell apart because once you realise what this place is, you don't like playing the game of life anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's just it's all bollocks. You know what I mean? Anyway, it was a trigger, and I knew straight away that I had to learn as much as I can so I could give people the information, and that's where my journey began.
Well, you've
Um,
got the opportunity now, so just keep telling us what you want to tell us.
well, yeah. So after that, I set up a group to teach people, and instead of that, we all came together and learned together. Um, so for the past 10 years, I mean, I've used Facebook as my platform, but I've shared the truth from the rooftop everywhere I go to everyone. Yeah. Um, like I said, because I'm a confident person, I work shy. I can handle people. Do you know what I mean? But not only that, I've used Facebook for 10 years to bring us all together. I've got a lot of friends that care about me. Do you know what I mean? And and I didn't know what you were going to ask me, to be honest with you. So I've got a few things on my mind that I want to say.
Well,
Like,
tell them. Tell them.
right, so I don't like this is completely off the subject what we're talking about, but you know where people are going on about like cashless society and all that, yeah, and they're worried about it, right? Yeah, fair enough. it's going to be bad. But end of the day, yeah, it's like it's all fear. It's been coming for years. I see people posting it about FEMA camps and stuff like that still, right? That's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen. David, if it could happen, Miles, they'd have done it already, yeah? They couldn't even get us to wear a mask. The 2020 stuff was the unveiling. Like, it was the end. So many people, like, we lost a lot of people. There was a massive call on humanity, but now we've got the numbers. We've got the numbers now, and they can't stop us. So, for instance, like, the only way they keep us under control is because we rely on them, right? So now I see it all over the world. People are growing food. People are learning the laws, so they don't have to pay the council tax. They don't have to pay. They get the gas meters changed. They're learning how to heal. It's happening. It's happening all over the world. Once that happens and we all come together, they can't touch us then. And I'm not on about going hiding in campsites. I'm on about taking our power back and staying where we are. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's happening.
Okay, explain what you're saying. Assume that somebody doesn't understand, so tell them.
Right. So on the basic, like, so since 2020, we've got all we needed were the numbers. All these years, all we needed was the numbers. So what we've been doing, we've been laying the truth down all this time. Even people who don't want to listen, the consciousness has been raised. Like the things that we talk about, like now, people would have laughed about years ago, but they don't laugh about it anymore. Even though they don't accept it, it's in the conscious. So we've laid it all down all these years, and all them people who ignored it, they're all getting affected now. There's no way out for anyone because the system's collapsing. The whole system's collapsing. And that's what we've seen since 2020. They wanted us in FEMA camps by now. They couldn't even get us to wear a mask. So all them people that were being ignorant to it before, who weren't getting affected, they have been affected. So they're turning around going, oh, people like us, oh, they were right. What they've been saying all this time is right. And they're also getting the gas bills, electric bills put up and everything. So they're looking for ways around it, yeah, on a basic level. So like I said, people are stopping paying the council tax. People are learning to grow. People are learning to heal. So we don't have to live in the system anymore. It's a process we're going through basically now. It's a process that we're going through. This whole system is going. It's just a matter. It might be years. It might be years. But the slavery is being ended, Miles. It's being ended. That's what we came here to do.
Who came from where?
I don't know where I came from, Miles, but I'm not from this place. It's crazy.
Explain
It's
that.
not,
Explain your feelings and what you think about all
I've just always felt like I'm not from here. It's like just the way humanity is. Like, I mean, you get schooled and you have got to work all your life. I mean, we've got governments. Government, it says it in the name. You govern. You're told what to do. I mean, how can I accept that? It's just a mad world. Like, I just don't feel like I'm from here. I might be from here. I don't know. But
Well, explain.
just
Try to think down what it means when you say that you're not from here.
ooh, I just I don't know. I'm not saying another planet or maybe another dimension. I don't know. I can't tell you, Miles. I just
I mean, do you
this
have a
place.
mission, or do you have what's your driving
Yeah,
force for
yeah,
doing this?
right. I'm going to tell you something now, and you might think I'm crazy, but I might as well tell you. Yeah.
It's okay.
So
Say what you feel and say what you want to say.
right, like I said, when I got triggered, I knew what I needed to do straight away, and I just did it. I knew I needed to learn everything I could and all that. So for years, I started doing it, and then so by 2017, I was quite wise to what was going on. I mean, like I said, I watched all your stuff, all Max's stuff, everybody else's stuff.
Okay,
Um,
from the perspective of other people, what did you learn by 2017?
right. Well, so what I'm saying is, I knew we had to learn as much as I can. So I watched all of you. I watched everything I could. I learned as much as I could. I connected with people, so they were giving me information all the time, right? So I did that for years, and this is what I'm going to say to you now. in 20 in 20 I'm not sure on dates, but probably about 2017. I got contacted and I got told I'll be ready for 2020. And that's all they told me.
Who was they, or do you want to say who they was?
I can't tell you the way. I can just tell you the experience.
Okay.
I was in bed. And next minute I got massive screaming down both my ears. I was screaming for my mum. It was that bad. Right, within like seconds, I was in a room with people that look like humans. Right, they look like quite big, healthy humans. And I was right. I'm gonna laugh because it's funny, but they said you're an angel and you'll be ready for 2020. Yeah. And then they tapped me on my arm and they tapped me on my neck. Don't know what that meant, right? And the reason they did this, Miles, is because I won't open myself up to anything outside myself, like any entities, yeah. So rather than say what's coming on 2020, or this is what I need to do, because I'd told them to fuck off. I wouldn't have took any influence. They just told me I'd be ready for 2020. So when 2020 knew, I knew that this was my mission. Do you know what I mean? They
Okay.
kept it simple. Do you know what I mean? So when 2020 came, like, you see what happened with COVID and all that.
Explain. Keep telling me. Just keep talking.
Yeah, so like, obviously when 2020 came, we'd already laid all the truth down, and then COVID came in, and like they've exposed themselves to enemy now. It's just a comedy show. I mean, look at the state of it. I mean, I think they had a Smith with its penis out on stage at the Olympics the other day. You know, this is how much of a comedy show it's got.
Did you see the Olympic ceremony, and what's your opinion of it? Well, how do you feel about that?
Right, this is what I'm saying, Miles. Right. So since 2020, everything changed. I was watching loads of things, learning off other people, but in 2020, I started seeing through everything, and I can know it myself. I just know. So yeah, what after 2020, whereas I was watching things all the time over the years, it got to a point where I thought it's all bullshit. They can do as many Olympics. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter what they do anymore, like, because we've got the numbers and we're all coming away from the system, whether people can see it or not.
Now, what's the key thing that you want to talk about the Olympics? I mean, what was wrong with it? What was the thing which made you feel something about it?
No,
there's been openings of Olympics for years. What's the beef on that?
Oh well, it's predictive programming. It's basically getting. It's two things, Miles. I can't tell you what I know. I can only say what I've observed. So they're either putting them thoughts into our mind, so we create it, or they getting us used to what's coming. I mean, we're at 2012 Olympics where they were showing all beds and all that, and like basically what were covered for COVID. So they were either programming us for it subconsciously, or they were getting us ready. So when it came, subconsciously, it wasn't. It was acceptable kind of thing. Do you understand what I mean? And they also have revelation of the method, don't they? So, I mean, I'm not sure about this, but they say that. Excuse me. They say to avoid the bad karma, they tell us in a way hidden. So they escape the karma because we know, but we've not done anything about it.
Right. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if that works anymore because it's a trick, and if it's a trick, it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Miles. I'm just trying to answer your question from my observations. I'm not saying that's what it is, but they're obviously doing it for some reason. So it's probably more predictive programming to get people used to what's coming. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
No, I'm interested. I'm only interested in what you have to say and what you think. Why are the Olympics this time round, or the 2012 ones? What's the key reason why there's an issue there? I mean, you got a lot of sportsmen. They're going there. They're going to have a nice opening ceremony. What is it in those opening ceremonies that you're talking about?
It's all satanic rituals. Everything's about energy. Every single thing. That's what they're doing. It's obviously they've got all them people there, and what you're watching on stage is actually a ritual. What you're watching on stage, you know what I mean? It's theirs. It's right in front of your face, and then they're using all the masses' energy either to harvest it or to use it to manifest what they want. In my opinion, it's one or the other. They're either using it to give it to these beings, which I don't know if they exist or not, or they're using it like magicians to use manifestation to create what they want. That's. I mean, I'm not saying that's truth, Miles. You just asked me a question. It's just an
Say what
observation.
you feel, Faith, but I'm looking for what your understanding
Yeah,
is, and
yeah.
with these things that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all about manipulation of energy, either harvesting it or using it to create what they want, making us create what they want. They're like they
So,
know
okay,
everything.
if we say that, how could we best fight that? How could we best undermine that agenda, in your opinion?
Turn it off. Turn it off. Grow your own food. Learn the laws, and get healthy. That's it. And come together. Come together. That's it. You can if you turn it. I've not watched any of it. I've not watched the Olympics or anything. I just don't even bother with it. I've got it comes up on my Facebook, obviously, and everything like that. But uh, if you think about someone that lives in a village, right, and they don't have a TV, they're not even affected by any of that whatsoever. Yeah, it's like that. That's what all the technology is about. We only got World War II because they gave us the radio. Before the radio, people didn't buy things they didn't need. They all lived in families with the grandparents, and they grew their own food. They brought the radio in. People started buying things they didn't need because of advertisement. Then they used the radio to make people think that Hitler was threatening us, and then people went to war. But if they didn't have the radio, we couldn't even have gone to war because it was all bullshit, as always, all set up. That's why we have the TVs, internet, everything is there to put us in fear. If you lived away from it all, like I said, if you lived in a village, them village people don't even know what's going on with this shit. They haven't been affected whatsoever. Did you understand what I'm saying, Miles?
Yeah, but okay, we're using this technology now to record this interview. I'm looking for how positive that we can use this to prevent any of these things that they're planning.
Well, we've already used it. I mean, they tried using it against us, but we've already used it. I mean, I've used Facebook from a platform for 10 years. So we've already used it. It's like anything. It's a tool. They try to use it against us, but we can use it as well. Do you know what I mean?
So, well,
It's like
explain that to people who are watching you. I mean, how do we use that? How do they use it for good rather than the bad that you're saying?
well, use the technology for good. Well, just like, for sharing truth, coming together. What else can you do? I mean, you don't even need the technology. You could just. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. We're talking now, yeah, because we've got this technology and we need to get the truth out, like so.
Yeah.
We're using it for we're using it for our advantage.
Yes.
But if people just actually went away,
I mean, they've had wars and they've had wars and revolutions before we've had TV or film. But how do you feel that was best achieved? You know, by word of mouth or whatever.
Well, maybe newspapers. I don't know because the newspapers came before radio. But I mean, do we know them wars went on or what? I mean, it's history, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Do we actually know that them wars went on? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we've had wars and, you know, Spanish armadas and stuff like that, and invasions and villages being wiped out by people coming from abroad. I mean, the Druids and all that. There's been wars before. So, I mean...
Right, okay.
Okay, but we're in the now, right? Let's talk about the now.
Yeah.
We're having this conversation now.
Right.
And by some reason or other,
yeah.
we're talking. So, and you know Duncan.
Yeah.
What else do you want to say, which is going to be what you want to say?
Um, I just want, I just want people. This is the main message, right? You can, you can, you can watch all this bullshit that's out there, yeah. And obviously, you need to learn what's going on. So yeah, watch it, but don't let it affect you because the only thing that matters now is what we do. It doesn't matter whatever they're doing, whatever they try to do. It matters what we do. And like I said, if we and it's happening. I know it's happening. I see it. People are like I said, people are growing food. People are learning the laws. People are coming away from the system because they're being forced to. Oh, this is another point I need to make, right? So everything they do now, even though it's bad, the way it is, people are going to suffer, but it's kind of making people deal with it. So, for instance, if we did go cashless, what we're going to do, curl over and die? No, we're going to find a way around it, aren't we? This is what I'm saying. We're not just whatever they try to do. It doesn't matter. It's what we do now, and there's enough of us. We've been waiting for the numbers all these years, and I'm telling you, there's enough of us now. So come together as much as you can, make as many friends as you can, because there's loads of us out there now. Miles, there's loads of us. I know it. Do you know what I mean? We're everywhere. You go on Facebook now, and the truth is all over everywhere. It never used to be like that. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. There's loads of us. We've got the numbers now, Miles.
Okay, we've had a number. We're talking early August here. There's been a number of very terrible things happen in the last few days. What do you think about that? And how do you feel it's how can we help and do better things?
This is what messes me head off. I know what you mean, Miles, because obviously I can't ignore that. You're on about the Southport thing.
Yeah, and there's lots of other stuff happening. As if
well,
have you heard of the term? I'm going to say the term crisis actors.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm going to say.
And I want you
Miles,
to be careful what you say here because there's already one individual who's been taken up on that. Okay.
Right. Well, what I will say is, I didn't just believe anything. I checked it out for myself. So I said, "Is anyone in Southport?" Right. I my friends, and one of my friends basically said, "Well, let me be careful what it said. Someone she knows closely has been stabbed or whatever, been assaulted. So she actually knows, and I trust this person. You know, she actually, it's actually a friend's niece. So that's how close it is. And she said, yeah, it's happened. So to me, if that's happened, it's another ritual, and it's MK Ultra, innit? What else can it be? If it's not crisis actors, and my friends telling me that, then it's got to be MK Ultra, hasn't it? I mean, it's got to be a ritual. I mean, I don't know about the dates or anything like that, but
yeah, some people say that the dates are significant and the numbers and all that stuff.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, I've looked into it all, Miles, but to be honest with you, I can't fully understand it all. I don't know, like, I don't know. It's from what it looks like. It's all due to astrology and all that. It's all connected, but it's something I've never got my head around. I mean, I know a bit about it, like. But yeah, the dates are massively. It's satanic ritual dates, isn't it? Is it not in the pagan thingy or whatever? They're all listed. There's a list of certain dates with when they do things. You know what I mean? So everything like that, it's all a ritual. They're going on every day, everywhere.
Well, I think we've almost done enough. Do you want to say something finally? Do you want to say to your friends? I mean, is there any message you want to say to your other friends or what?
No, I mean, my friends all know we're coming on here. I've been a bit excited, really, to be honest with you. Obviously, I thought you were going to ask me some questions, but that didn't work out right. But no, I just want to say.
Well, I think for some reason we're talking. So I think we've talked about. I mean, do you belong to any particular organisation which might be prescribed, or podscribed?
No, to be honest with you, Miles. Anyway? No, to be honest with you, just before we connected, my Facebook account, I've been logged out and I can't get back in. So normally I would have said go to that account, but I can't at the moment. And because you've already contacted me yesterday, I've not set anything up. So I could set an email up and then get them send it to her, but I've not done it yet.
Okay, well, do you want me to? Would you want me to put this recording out on YouTube or something? Or
If you can, Miles, it's up to you. Do you think
yeah,
it's
well,
worth it or
I
what?
mean, I mean, we're looking at each other in visions. Would you want the vision bit out or what?
No, yeah, take the vision out, please. Just do the sound.
Okay. Well, this is a hello and a goodbye on Facebook, and you've given your concerns and anxieties and your observations,
Yeah,
and well, let's hope we have a much happier future and none of this stabbing and stuff like that.
I know, I know. It's one of them, Miles. Things are going to get worse until before they get better. It's just one of them.
Why are you
You know what I
saying that?
mean? Because I mean, I agree with Max. They're all being, well, not taken out in that violent way, but the vibrations being lifted, and they probably still think they're winning, but they're desperate. They're desperate, and they're just throwing everything at us they can now.
Well, I think a
To
wounded animal is often more dangerous than, if you see what I
yeah,
mean.
well, that's what's going on. I mean, they're throwing everything at us. I mean, they're probably that arrogant that they think that they're winning, but I mean, the queen bee is dead for us there. How many of them are dying? They're all dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You talking about the bees or something else?
no, I'm on about the queen, the royal queen. She's dead. She's the queen bee. She's dead. You know what I mean? Along
Well,
with the
I mean,
others that are
obviously,
gone.
I mean, we obviously have a new king. Things move on. I don't want to. Well, you said
Yeah,
enough
but
already, or what?
say that again. Sorry, Miles.
I mean, obviously, the royals are still here, and we do have a king. That I mean, the queen dies. We have kings die. The queen is dead. The king is dead, and they have another one. You saying something else there?
I just feel like they're dying out. A lot of them. I'm not just talking about the royals, like the Rothschilds. Some of the Rothschilds have died, aren't they? They're just dying out. I'm just not on about the royals. I mean, yeah, obviously there's going to be a new king. But what I'm saying is like these old vampires that are here, you know, they're dying bit by bit. You know what I mean?
And what do you
I mean,
see about that? What evidence do you have for that? Or
what for what?
well, these so-called vampires and all that.
Well, it's all connected in. They're energy vampires, aren't they? That's what it's all about. Everything's about energy. It's like that's what everything's about. Football stadiums, music, everything's about harvest energy. It like even protests. Protests is about added energy. You get all these shields, getting everyone together, standing on stage like a hero, shouting. All these people think they've made a difference. Go home, do nothing, and then nothing changes. And they've had the energy harvested at a protest where they've had to ask the government for permission to have one. It's just a joke. Everything's about. If you start looking at things from above, you see that the I'm not on about the shape or anything like that. I'm not getting into that. But you see things that it looks like a motherboard, Mouse. It looks like a motherboard. So we're like energy beings on this motherboard that are being directed or harvested or whatever, because they know what's going on. They know how to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So everything's about harvesting energy. However they use it, I can't tell you. I've observed different reasons, but I can't tell you. But it's either to manifest what they want or to give it to some other entity, or because they need it because they ain't get life force energy. It's either that. It could be that as well. They need that energy, so because they haven't got that life force energy, so they need to take it off us. It could be that. You know, like you get all these celebrities on stage, and obviously all that energy is going to them. Do you know what I mean?
Are you talking about the Eurovision Song Contest?
I'm on about anything, any concert, any football, anything like that. It's so you've got a celebrity on any stage, like a music celebrity. All the energy is going to him. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, if you go back to what Max says, they use that energy and for their abilities, what they've got. So, they know what they're good at, and then they can use it to their abilities. So that's what it's all about. It's about harvesting that energy and using it from themselves because they know what they're doing. They know the secrets. They know the secrets that have been hidden from us that we forgot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, just put it as you can put it as Chris King Smith if you want. That's my original profile.